Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Cesar with Domum Realty, and I am here to talk to you about the home buying process. Um, the home buying process can be a very tedious process if you've never done it before. So I just want to hit a couple of points as I go through. If there's any questions whatsoever, concerns, please let me know. We're available to talk. A little bit about myself. My name is Cesar Laboy. I am the broker owner of Domum Realty. We've been in business for about 2 years now, and it's myself, my wife Catherine, and 2 other agents at our agency, and we are all Spanish-speaking agents. So, si necesitan comunicarse en español, por favor, no duden en llamarnos o mandarnos un texto. Aquí estamos disponibles para sus preguntas. So, the home buying process. Very quick things that you can just think about if you're in the market to buy a house, a condo. These are the things that if you've never purchased a house, these are the things that you should have on your radar when thinking about buying a house. The number one thing that we communicate or try to educate our clients on when purchasing a home is to secure financing. Find a lender that works with what you're trying to do, somebody who you feel you have a good vibe with. There's many lenders in town. There's loan officers, there's brokers. It just depends on who you feel best working with, and obviously who gives you the best rate, because that's going to help you lower your monthly payment. So after you secure financing, what you'll want to do as a buyer is find yourself a real estate agent, a professional who has done this before, who's looking out for your best interest, and your fiduciary, and their fiduciary duty is to you, the client. Sometimes as realtors, we tend to overlook the fact that we are working for you, the client. And that's how we focus here at Domum, is we take this as an opportunity to not educate, but also learn from our clients, which most of the time we do learn a lot of things from our clients in the while that we're educating them throughout the buying process. So once you hire a realtor, you're going to want to explain to them what it is that you're looking for in a house. Whether it's bedrooms or how many stories the house is, how big of an acreage lot you want. Do you want a pool? Are schools important to you? Which most of the time they are. Is there an HOA? All good questions that you can ask your agent. They should have these answers for you. If they don't, call us. We'll find them for you. Not a problem. Even if you don't use us as realtors, we're here as a fountain of information for you. So even if you don't use us as your agents, we'd love to help answer any questions. If your agent's not available, call us. We don't mind. After you start your conversation with your agent as far as to what it is that you want in a house, they're going to set you up on a search. That means that you're going to start receiving emails with links to your portal. That portal is going to have all of your homes in there, and you're going to be able to carousel through them and pick the ones that you like. My advice to my clients is, if you like something about a house, mark it with the heart. There's a little heart that you can click on, and it makes it a lot easier for us to know what it is that you're liking. Because again, we're here for you. It's not what we like in a house, it's what you like. So please make sure and hit that heart when you're looking at homes on the portal. All right, so let's say you're out there with your realtor and you find the house. You found it. This is the one. You want to make an offer on it. Okay? A lot goes into making an offer on a house. First, talk to your realtor and see if that price that house is listed at is comparable to what you're seeing in that area. It's very important that your realtor does that, because if they don't and you end up over offering for a house, you could have to end up coming out of pocket to pay the difference between list price and appraisal price. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So you make an offer and your offer is accepted, okay? That seller is going to accept your offer on two conditions: that the offer is valid and that you turn in your earnest money, which is 1%, which is written also in the contract. It's 1% the value of the home, and you also put in an option money. Typically, it's about $100, and that option money will buy you 7 days from the time you execute the contract, which is meaning everyone signs it and dates it. You'll have 7 days to make a decision on if you want to buy this house or not. You can cancel and get your 1% earnest money back, delivered to you, and the seller ends up keeping the option money because that's the time that you took the house off the market. So you have to have some skin in the game, and they will end up keeping your option money, but you'll get your earnest money back. If you don't decide to cancel and you continue with the purchase of the house, both of those, both earnest and option, will be a credit to you at closing. Meaning if you have to bring $5,000 to closing and you put $1,000 in earnest money and $500 in option, you're only going to have to bring $3,500 to closing. Okay? So your offer's accepted, and you and the sellers come to an agreement that this is an acceptable offer. We're going to continue through our option period, and now is when you and your realtor get to work on finding an inspector. Okay, a good realtor will give you 3 references to 3 different inspectors. Obviously, price is one of the main factors of deciding who your inspector is going to be. They typically charge per foot, and what they'll do is that they'll go in and they will inspect this home from roof to foundation and give you a full report on what they found. Now, they're not experts at, let's say, a typical part in doing the inspection. Like, let's say they're not professional roofers. They're not, they're not licensed electricians or licensed plumbers. But what they are is inspectors, and they inspect. If they see something wrong with the construction of the house or anything that has to do with the mechanics of the house, they're going to let you, the buyer, know. So why would you want to know all these things and, before buying a house? Well, one, you can use this as a negotiating tactic. Let's say your seller has a roof that needs to be replaced, and they're kind of fighting back on it not being replaced because they feel that it's doing its job. Well, you can use your option period to actually have the seller call their insurance company and have the adjuster come out to see if that roof is replaceable. Because if it's replaceable, it's going to get replaced under the seller's insurance, not your new insurance. Okay, so we're going to battle to see if they can actually replace that roof before you purchase the house. Just a negotiating tactic that you can use while in the purchase. So let's say that you're now your negotiations with repairs are completed with your seller, and you've now passed that 7-day option period time, which that means now you're locked into the loan. You are locked into the purchase of this home, because if you decide to cancel now, you'll lose there's a possibility that you could lose your earnest money, and we never want to see anybody lose that 1%. So we want to make sure that before that 7 day is up, that you're 120% certain that you want to purchase this house. Okay? We've gone through the negotiation, and you've decided that now you absolutely want to buy this house. Let's continue. From then on, you're probably about 3 weeks away from receiving your keys to your new house. Okay, your offer's made, negotiations are done, and you're now basically working more with the lender than you are with the realtor, because you're now in the loan process of your home buying purchase, of your home buying process. You've done your inspection. Now you're basically just waiting for the bank to have its appraisal completed. What is an appraisal? An appraisal is an estimated value by a third-party company for your bank to show value on the house that you're buying. It's a third-party company that is hired by the lender. They will go out, inspect this home, take pictures, and they will come back with an estimated value of the home. If the value meets the contract price, good job. Okay? If the value comes under the number on your contract price, you now have more room to negotiate with the seller, because you don't want to overpay for a house. So let's say your contract is for $310,000 and you're executed, you've gone through inspection, your option period's over, and your appraisal comes in at $300,000. Meaning there's a $10,000 difference between contract price and appraisal price. So what a good realtor working for their buyer would do is they would go back to that seller and say, hey, I have an appraisal from a third-party company that says they will only loan $300,000 on this home. What does your seller want to do? My buyer would like to see the price come down by $10,000. So they know that they're buying a house that's valued at what market price is. Okay? 9 times out of 10, the seller will come back and say, yes, we'll sell at $300,000. Other times they'll say no, the buyer has to put up the difference, and then you have an out from the contract. So the seller is now not committing to his side, because he signed the contract stating that if it did not come in at value, that he was going to negotiate. So you have an out as a buyer from the contract, and all you would lose is your option money, and you'd get your earnest money back. Okay? But let's say that doesn't happen. Let's say the appraisal comes back, and it comes back at $320,000. That's the perfect position as a buyer that you want to be in, because you're stepping into a home that, before you even buy it, has $10,000 worth of equity in it. Meaning that you're buying something under value, probably in a good area, that has a good chance to increase in value over the next few years, which is exactly what you want to do as a home buyer. Since you came in at $320,000 and there's no more negotiating, what happens after this is you wait for your closing date, and your closing date will come within the next 20 days from that inspection, and you go to closing, sign a stack of papers about this big, and at the end of that signing, you will be waiting for it to fund, meaning that banks have to transfer money to each other. That usually takes about an hour, 2 hours, and then you'll get a call from your title company saying, hey, we got your keys, come pick them up. Congratulations on your new house. And that, in a nutshell, is the home buying process. Again, there can be some kinks in between, a lot of questions, concerns from buyers, agents, families involved in the purchase. Everything's always communicated via the agent. We never want two families talking to each other about the process of the buying process, because things can get misconstrued. Promises can be made that aren't completed in a process. So you always want to communicate everything through your agent. So any questions or concerns, guys, give us a call. We've done this hundreds of times. We know the process and can be of value to you. We're here for you, and feel free to give us a call. All right, y'all have a great rest of your day, and let's connect so we can buy y'all a house. Have a good day.